Hi. So now, finished with Module 3, and we've arrived at 4. That means 5, 6, 7, and we're finished. But the focus of Module 4 is on vocabulary teaching and learning. And so we'll start the same way as before. We'll start with launch on Monday, and then explore the first week. You'll read about Bruner, his theory, and you actually know that. You probably remember it from before. We read about the 3 levels. The second theory is called the knowledge theory about vocabulary learning. And I think you've read Peter Paul. I think you've read information from him before, but he is really the one who describes the knowledge theory. And the focus of that theory is on deep understanding of vocabulary, not just surface, but going down deep and really understanding concepts. Then the third theory is a second language learning theory about vocabulary learning, and it's the theory is really young, but there are other people writing about it and really applying it to deaf children. So it's I think it's pretty interesting, and I really like the way that they've kind of broken it down into really levels of learning and parts of learning that are important for really understanding of vocabulary. Not a word, but a concept. So you have 3 really important theories that you're going to read about. So week 1 is you're reading and you're discussing. You have a facilitator for the dialogue. I've given you some questions on the summarize page for facilitators to ask and discuss, encourage discussion of. And really the focus again is on concept, vocabulary learning, and really the 3 theories and their application to practice. They really do have a lot of possibilities for applying to practice. The summarizer, your job is to really ask for other questions that people or your group members have about learning vocabulary. And so then at the end on Sunday, when I look at the summarizer's post, I'll really look for questions that you have and try and answer those for you. So so that's week 1. So week 2, it's not, a lot of work with a student. Right now, I want you to think about, for apply, it's how these theories apply to your work with your students in your setting. And so I have a set of questions that really ask you specifically about how you might use these theories to apply. So the apply is really thinking about and answering the questions that I put up. So that's week 1, week 2 for Module 4. Module 5, we're going to really kind of focus on practice, and you'll do some examples of using the theories to plan and to teach vocabulary, and then you'll have an opportunity yourself to use the planning process for planning vocabulary instruction for your student. Okay, so Module 4, here we come.